Hey y'all, so today we're going to work on this. We're going to learn how to get rid of this really gross stuff. And I know it's like it's a bottom and nobody ever sees it. This is a nice pan. This was a nice Misan is a brand, and nice and heavy duty. It's not Teflon, but it's a non-stick. So what I do is I get one of these. Have you ever seen one of these? If you've worked with wood or whatever, this is a good sanding. It's a sanding block, and so I love to use this. I'm just gonna get the camera closer over here and then work on this. So as you can see, it's just taking it right off. Yes, it works really, really well, and I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I'm just rubbing it back and forth. But if I put real pressure on it, but it's a really good way of taking care of this. I wonder if it works better if it's being wet. So let's see how that works. If it works any better if it's being wet, I would say it's probably better not being wet. I wonder if it would work better if I applied something like baking soda. Hold on. So here I have some baking soda. I like it better without anything on it. And I'm going to apply it. See if it works any better. No, not really. I don't think it works any better. I've let this go for a while, so it's really stuck on. So if you do this often, instead of once every year, it's probably be better. You wouldn't have to scrub as hard. And if you had one of these, you could just do it just like when you wash your pants. So here it is, just a little bit more. And as you can see, it's definitely getting better. Definitely looking better. So now I'm gonna take care of this area. I just have to press down really hard so it gets right in there. And the nice thing about this is that it's spongy, so if you press, it'll form itself to the area that you need it to form it. As you can see, this side looks a lot better than this side, so I'm going to have to do the same thing to this side. Although, I will admit, it's really hard to get in there, but that's all right. The whole pan it looks a lot better, so I'll have to work on this, and then keep working on this. And maybe I'll be able to get it as though it was brand spanking new again, or at least 90%. So I've been using this one, and it's wet. And it's been good, but now I'm going to use this one. This one is dry. It's not wet. As you can see, I'm squeezing it and no water's coming out. So I'm hoping that this dry one, because it's stiffer, will be able to get into those edges. You think, wow, you have more than one. I'm like, yes. I went to Home Depot and, oh, look at that. that definitely works a lot better if it's not wet because it's stiff. It's dry, so it can get right into there. So look at that. Wow. Much better. I'm going to do this right here. This is a really hard angle to do it at, so just so you know. Look at that. Definitely works a lot better when it's dry, especially around the edges. Okay, I had to figure out a way where I didn't have to hold the pan with my hand because I don't know what happened, but I was holding it and now this finger is numb. I'm a little concerned. So having it dry works really, really good, especially around the edges. Look at that. Look at that. It just comes right off like nothing. Okay, let's try it here. This was really hard to do before, so. Definitely looking a lot better. Oops. All right. I don't know, can you see that? Right here. I don't know. Wow, look at that. Look at that. So look at this. It is almost like new. The only problem is I can't get into these little holes because they're like little divots. I mean, I can do it with a corner, but even so, it's really hard. I have to push really, really hard in there, but it is coming off, but not without a lot of pressure. Let's see about this. And this is still the non-wet one. Oh, look at that. Not bad. So here it is. Look at that. That's pretty good. I wouldn't recommend using this on the inside. Just saying. Look at that. That's beautiful. About 15 minutes. So remember, sanding block, wet, sanding block, dry. And you can use this on any metal and maybe glass. Maybe I'll try it on my glass pans next.